What's good, YouTube? We're finally back with another Market Watch. I know you guys have waited all week long and so much has been happening. PsyFrame Gear Gamma is really getting up there. Why, you might ask? Well, a lot of people are theorizing, now, it won't matter so much if I go first or second opening this up against Spirals. I'll be able to stymie their turn, just pretty much shut them down from what they're intending to do using this card. There is good and bad in using a hand trap overall like that in order to counteract a deck. You're first off having to play PsyFrame Driver, a Vanilla, a Brick in a sense, a Garnet in your hand trap strategy. But a lot of hand traps are going up in anticipation of the Tier 0 format that we haven't seen since Full Power Pepe. It's dominating over in Japan. We're getting our Vendread cards in the same set, and the Ritual looks really good, but until we see the other cards, we have no clue if it'll have any chance of standing up to the Spirals themselves. But we've seen in the past Burning Abyss, Cosmo, many cards able with just 2 sets to interrupt a meta we thought was impenetrable. So it's a lot of investment, I feel, from a lot of people to have their hand traps ready, but hand traps are some of the best cards in the game, so I can't say that it doesn't deserve its price. Over here, $13.50 near mint, $13.75. It's still a bit cheaper on eBay. There's tons of not real listings, about 5 of them. So there's realistically only 12 sellers over here on eBay and 8 total prices on TCG Player. It's been bought up to the point that you need 3 of these if you're playing it pretty much. And then you're also running that Garnet-like PsyFrame driver. Ugh, you don't want to be drawn to him. We've got PsyFrame Lord Omega talking about PsyFrames. It's up pretty much because of Pendulum Magicians. I assume the Vendreads will be abusing the heck out of it too, if they're real. And we see $12.50 over here for the Battles of Legend. It's crept up over time, and we see $13, or actually 15 light play, $16 for the High Speed Rider. High Speed Riders were bought out to the point of 20 plus, and they seem to be chilling back down. But the Battles of Legend one has gone up to meet it, and it's a deserving card. It's an amazing card. We can't say that we didn't see it happening. I was saying over and over, Omega's cheap, I'd probably get them, and as time has as time has proved, it's a pretty good pick for those that did decide to get theirs while it was cheap. Anti-Spell Fragrance talking about another Battles of Legend cards. You see how these cards are leading into each other? Really good against Magicians, and it's kind of a transitionary format, so I don't know that this price will be staying up, but Magicians are supposed to be better here in the TCG than the OCG. So moving forward, they may actually continue to try to compete. We'll probably still see them peek into the top cut for those not trying to spend Infant Spirals and already have their cheap deck. $4 though already. And we see over here $3.55 from Canada before it's about $4 also from Canada, and then $5 on eBay. Let me show you guys. You remember Yu-Gi-Oh singles? $1. $1. This just proves how crazy the US market can be at times. Now, you do have to spend a pretty good amount to get free shipping or a decent price from Yu-Gi-Oh singles overall. I believe it's near 55 US, 75 New Zealand. On singles gets you free shipping, but there's plenty to buy over here. It's crazy that it's $1 over here on Yu-Gi-Oh singles. Let's check Omega. Omega's also cheaper at $10, so you might want to, come check out my sponsor because it's just cheaper prices. So people don't believe me. I have your guys' best interest in mind when I talk about my sponsor. I'm not showing them unless they are the lowest, unless they are conquering the market on the card I'm talking about. And for Anti-Spell Fragrance and Omega, they're doing just that, so you might want to peep them if you can get it shipped fast enough in time for the events that you plan to play. And if you're planning 2 weeks in advance, Yu-Gi-Oh singles definitely a way to go. Sometimes even a week, but like we have Columbus Day, this weekend. But it's just crazy how much of a difference there is. $1 versus $4. It's pretty insane, guys. We come over. And we have our legendary decks released while I was gone to Disney. The market is hit pretty hard. Yesterday, actually, this was in the 8 range. It was cooling off. It seems to be getting bought back out. Plenty of people are just busting tons of these structures because there's money everywhere in them. Apprentice Illusion Magician, probably the priciest card out of here, despite not even being a new card. it's nice to see it still cheaper, but this is pretty expensive for what I expected. I expected a $5 card. Obviously, I'm wrong there, and it's sitting at $9.9. It's a good card. It's not that good. You can use it in really cool decks such as Infernity to turbo out Beatrice and other decks that want to make Beatrice with it. I'm still just not convinced that it's worth its price point, but it is a waifu card. It is a decent card, and it's sitting up there, nice and pretty. I know a lot of Europeans have been waiting for this variant so they could actually play it. This Arc Pendulum Dragon way better than I gave it credit for. I've seen it played on me by GCD, another tuber. It's pretty darn good, sitting at a decent price. I'm kind of surprised this is sitting so high as well, $5. I guess the vendors are just cutting this up to where they'll make their profit. And of course the demand from it being an anime-ish card, a show card, and a decent card altogether, it's probably going to sit there for a bit. $2 on Duelist Alliance. Oh, feels so good. There's 2 of these in the structures. I would have expected it to cool down even faster, but such a good, relevant meta card. It makes sense. So everything is also going to be highest in its opening week and weekend. So a lot of these prices are higher than my expectations, mainly because it's opening week. Ayatamias, pretty low. You might want to trade for your commons. It's just one of those cards that'll go up over time. I would trade for them at dollars and just get as many as I could, because over time it'll be going up. The new Chimera Tech Dragon sitting near 2. Eternal, great, amazing card. This is one of the better cards that exist there. Pro Play Games being the lowest A at $2. And speaking of big stores, Core TCG there. It's really interesting to just see how many great, amazing cards are in this set. Cyber Repair Plan, an ultra rare. Nice. I didn't think about that. That's pretty darn cool. The Mirror Force commons peeking into the 2-ish range. And I believe we got both the Magician cards around too. Sorry, Megaton people who were holding on to these. It hurts. We've got our Alter Arts in here too, of cards like Clearwing Synchro that are really awesome. I just suggest getting yourselves the structure deck. This is one of the few times I'll say, don't go for singles. Just get yourself the whole kit and caboodle and see if you can't get a deal for ordering 3 from your local shops or from somewhere. I'm sure there's vendors out there selling it at $25 despite it being so much money, just wanting to make their quick flip on their product. Definitely suggest getting yourselves 3 of these structures. Definitely, at least. It's one of the few times that I would suggest it over singles. But if you're picking and choosing singles because of a budget, it's understandable. There's tons of great cards in here to just have. It's really amazing in my opinion. So, probably set of the year alongside Battles of Legend. You know, those are 2 amazing sets. Battles of Legend, actually, I'll give it to Battles of Legend. It was just insanity. But the legendary decks, definitely an interesting look at them. We go to Code of the Duelist and to see the fallout from the Unlimiteds being released. Trickstar Reincarnation sitting at 15 over here, 18 on eBay. It actually was a low of 18 also, which is what it is after this one gets bought. It's just insanely low, and it keeps going lower and lower. It's such a busted card, but people are already seeing that it's maybe not the most consistent deck, even though it went through so many rounds that the UD has to top. And then B, despite its amazingness, it might be too amazing and get hit on a ban list in the future. A lot of people are speculating November. I don't think we're gonna get a November ban list. Maybe December, who knows? But it's definitely one of those cards that's just so degenerate. I would prefer to see Drone Lock perhaps get hit, but control cards rarely get hit. Explosive cards tend to get hit. So a lot of speculation and a lot more of them on the market. Firewall still sitting up there pretty at 36, falling from 40. Spellbook of Knowledge just staying up there. It's only dropped 50 cents, I think, since we looked at it last. And the rest of the cards are about the same-ish when we last looked. Rescue Ferret still a great pickup in my opinion. The World Chalice cards continue to fall down. That's nice. Solemn Strike settling at $5. Didn't go too much lower. It's on the front page of TCG Player. Whenever something's on the front page, it tends to just stay up there. A lot of people are clicking it and considering it. Only 34 prices. That's pretty crazy. And Vendride Reorigin, their Kaiju card, has slowly been creeping up as well, despite having the Unlimiteds to cool down. Everything else, though, continues to seem to chill out a bit. We've got spirals now. I want to have a discussion on this. This was 28 yesterday. It's creeping up today. Double helixes and ultra making the deck all that more affordable, seemingly. I feel like Super Agent's going to have the luster effect. The luster effect is from Full Power Pepe. We had a tier 0 format. We had a $50 super in luster because it was older. Spiral Super Agent is also older, about a year. No reprint also. A great candidate for a premium gold set, just like luster. And I think before we see its reprint, we could see it go all the way up to 50. I really think we could, and that's unfortunate. So I would actually suggest trying to get yours now. There's not many on market. 19 total sellers here. We go over to eBay, and you see there's some wrong listing. Thanks, Sangoose. I really dislike when you do this. 34, so there's 30 listings, it would seem. It starts at 28 here still, and then it starts to spiral out of control. Not really, but I just wanted to make the pun. But it definitely does start to go up, and I gotta say, if you're planning on the deck at all to be using it and playing it, get these. The cheaper alternative, of course, is to get yourself 3 Ghost Reapers and 1 Helix, and thank God Helix is going to be a lot cheaper than the $80 you thought you were spending along with your Reapers, which means, as a viable strategy, you might see Reapers start to sell out even more. Again, you're not playing that Garnet like PsyFrame Driver, or Gamma, my bad, PsyFrame Gamma, and having to play your vanilla Garnet, but it's pretty nice. And peeking through here, also the other spiral card that's still relatively low for what it is, Foolish Burial Goods, although it's high for a Megatin card. So there is that. The Megatins, these cards haven't suffered too much, it seems. People are still going to want the holo variants. And the last card I would consider here is Shurnai Solitaire. Shurnui, my bad. Shurnui Solitaire, definitely a great consideration if you're thinking about Vendreads. The Secret Rare Ritual, very good. I can't wait to see what else they will have in store for them. But definitely a great card at a very low price right now. So thanks for watching. What did you think of today's Market Watch? There's plenty to consider. So much happened in the week while I was gone. Put in the comment section down below anything you guys think I should be looking at. I'm sure there is a ton that's happened while I've been at Disney. This is just from my first coming back, looking around, popping open windows, and just going through the cards that I was thinking about. So not necessarily the greatest look at the market, but it is a pretty relevant look at the market and the upcoming meta. Thanks for watching, guys.